Well, I would say Browns fans are probably just going to want to move on from this one. The Bengals and the Browns wrap up the regular season today. A mostly meaningless game. The Bengals probably wanted to win it just to finish the season above 500, which they did. For the Browns, it was just really rest players. Let's get ready for the playoffs. But wow, it really was bad. I mean, I just didn't want this sour taste in my mouth. Luckily, they did get a couple of touchdowns late in the game, but I mean, deep into the third quarter, it was 31 to nothing, and they had one first down. I mean, Driscoll, the fifth quarterback of the year, probably the worst of the five so far. And that's okay. Not a lot was expected. I mean, nobody was playing. David Bell, actually, late in the game, probably pretty much doubled his career stats, it seemed like, with the two late touchdowns, maybe 50 or 60 yards receiving there in the fourth quarter. And the way it started, the teams exchanged interceptions. The Browns throw an interception on their first possession, the first pass of the game, actually. Then the Bengals follow that up with an interception of their own. But one of the first of the many 3-and-outs that Cleveland had followed. And then Joe Mixon scored a touchdown. Joe Mixon scores another touchdown. Ends up 24 to nothing at halftime. Bengals have a 99-yard touchdown drive in the third quarter to go up 31 to nothing. And that was about when I wanted to quit watching. Luckily, I did hang in there through the fourth quarter, though, to see David Bell get those two TDs. It was obviously too late at that point, but maybe a little something. And around that point, Jacksonville was trying to come back and win their game. Obviously, the Texans won last night, so now we're looking at Jacksonville was not able to come back. So we're looking at the Browns and the Texans in the first round of the playoffs. I can live with that. A rookie quarterback, while he's been hot and he looked really good last night, I think that that's a very winnable game on the road for Cleveland in the first round of the playoffs. And, I guess to look back on the season, way back when Chubb went down, they've lost most of their offensive line. Denzel Ward's been banged up. Cooper was hurt. Obviously, Chubb, I already mentioned. Deshaun Watson, although with Flacco lately, it seems like we don't even miss him at this point. But boy, when PJ Walker and DTR were out there, we missed him. Oh boy. So, I don't know. I should be more fired up about headed into the playoffs, but man, that was just an ugly game today. It felt like a preseason game. Pierre Strong, he finally got his opportunity. He couldn't really get it going. Took David Bell the entire game to get it going. Bryant and Akins couldn't really do a lot. It was nasty from beginning to end, really. And yeah, so that wraps up the regular season. Now on to the playoffs, and man, I just feel like a little bit of momentum has been killed, but it's all right. It's all right. I just would have felt a lot better if somehow they would have pulled this win out today, or at least it would have been a competitive game. But at 31 to nothing, I was just like, oh no. This feels like the 2017 Browns or something. All right. Well, I'll get this taste out of my mouth throughout the week as playoff talk starts to heat up. I can't wait to hear what Adam the Bull has to say. All right, guys, boom, we are out of here. It's not much of a recap, I know. I contemplated not even doing this. I mean, nobody's going to care. Browns fans are just going to want this taste out of their mouth. Burn the tape, as they say, and move on. Which I think is what I will do. All right, guys, boom. Sorry, I think I promised a Game Hinge reference. This was more like a big boat performance than it was a Game Hinge performance. There was no Rutherford the Brave. Tila did not walk through that door. The unit monster was playing for the Bengals defense. All right, guys, boom. We are out of here. Big boat. Never did grow on me, big boat.